Welcome to YBTypical. Here we're going to spend a day at the lathe trying to make this vase out of a stump. First, let's clean things up. Grab this old stump, and it has been sitting around for about 10 years. I used it as a kind of a makeshift sledgehammer once. Not sure why I kept it, but let's see what's inside. Now this is a piece of ironwood. It's a super cool wood that grows around here. Most people hate it. They say the trees fall over and wetting it down there so you can kind of see what's inside. Now we started having a little bit of trouble because there is a soft place right here. So we kind of chucked it up again, a little off-center. Now, as you can imagine, trying to cut into a stump, it is very inconsistent, very hard, grain going every direction, and quite violent. But we keep turning it and kind of listening to it and seeing what shape it wants to be. The original shape I planned was totally different than what turned out. Keep cutting away at that rotten area, and it's coming pretty good here. Now, people will tell you ironwood is a garbage wood. The trees fall over and they're not good for anything, but frankly, they are very rot resistant, and they burn like coal. As long as you don't put too many in your stove at the same time, you get a great effect. Plus, who can argue with the beauty of this wood? I've used it in my house in a few places for structure. And look at this after you put a few layers of linseed oil and some paste wax on it. Now that rotten area still was there a bit, so I tore after it with a palm sander and then went after the whole thing with a Sandoflex. If you're not familiar with a Sandoflex and you like buffing uneven pieces of wood, you need to find them. They're really inexpensive. Now we used the heat gun here to get the paste wax to melt and to kind of seep in and come out of all the little inclusions and stuff. Then we just buffed it up a bit, got it just as shiny as we could. This wood has so many colors, so many different grains, and then of course the wormholes and the inclusions with the bark in them. Really turned out amazing. I'm happy with this process and with this day's work. This area here, of course, has the bird's eye in it. Just amazing look. The grain goes so many different directions in this piece of wood that I'm not actually sure after finishing where the trunk of the tree came out. I believe it's opposite of the rotten place you're looking at right there. What an opportunity to get to find what's inside this old stump and reveal it to everybody. I don't think it's a project I would be doing again soon because I don't have another stump. I was walking around the forest today though and thought, should I dig that one up and clean it up and leave it around for 10 years, and in 10 years maybe I'll try to turn another one of these. So, whatever the case, thanks for sticking with me for a day of turning, and we will see you next week.